Hmm. Hi, everyone. Welcome back to the Brummet Media channel. Don't forget to like, subscribe, comment, share. That makes such a huge difference for us when it comes to all the algorithmy things. Feel free to comment on the episodes that you've enjoyed, share them with your audience, people that social networking sites. All of that makes a huge difference for, the number of people that we can reach with our message and information. We've had so many people submitting questions to us, and it's been a real thrill answering them. I love it. Thank you all for your questions. Keep them coming. This one is from Nina, who asks, what is your family dynamic like? And how do you keep in contact with them? Oh, that's a big question. So, uh, I can't speak for Dave. I can only, this is me coming from my point of view, even though Dave is my partner in life and he's my marriage, he's my husband, he's my he's my business, he's my everything. I can only speak from my point of view. So my end of things, I have two older brothers, each of whom had born two sons. And I think almost all of them are married or at least in long-term relationships. Some of them have already had kids. Some of them are about to. And I have one aunt from my mother's side, and her family, her husband, her kids. Three, I think. Larry, my brother, my eldest brother, is a business owner, although I think he's coming close to retirement age now. His business has been long-term running down in the Vancouver region of BC, Canada. And he installs like cabinetry. So, a high rise gets built and he does a contract to do all their cabinetry or a certain amount of the cabinetry or whatever. That's what he's been doing. Um, my other brother lives in a very similar area, in fact. While my elder brother Larry is very proactive and motivated about running a business and hyper focused on being a really great father and probably grandfather, being a really great grandfather now, which is awesome, really awesome for him. My other brother has a different focus. He's like the brain of the family. you know he knows a lot of languages, constantly moving into one form of education to another, enjoys experiencing different types of careers. He's traveled a great deal. He has an amazing wife, my sister. I really love her. um my aunt, who I mentioned earlier, she's very accomplished in her career. She's retired, of course, now. And I really admire how she climbed up that professional ladder and how supportive too that she's been in our lives in after my parents' passing. That was pretty cool. Um, how we all keep in contact. Okay, well, mainly because we all live so far apart. I mean, from all the way from the United States through to interior BC, like we're all over the western coast. So how we keep in contact? Well, mainly through texting, through our cell phones, or emails, or through like Facebook messaging, for the most part. Can you hear my dog shaking herself in the background? I hope not. And they're playing ball right now, so hopefully that doesn't come through the microphone. Um, but those are mainly how we've been dealing with communications. Now, I'm really hard to get a hold of by the phone. And the reason is because I make phone appointments. Um, if I'm expecting a phone call, I'll be answering it. If I'm not expecting your phone call, I may or may not be answering it. And more often it's not. And the reason is because one, I'm not attached to my cell phone. I don't carry it with me every place, every moment, every section, every step of my life and my day. It's nearby, but I'm not attached to it. I'm not like hyper focused on my phone. That's what voicemail is for. So you can leave a convenient message and I will get back to you when it's convenient for me. I'm involved in a lot of things. I'm busy, busy, busy running around the house, the yard, the gardens, processing foods in the kitchen from the garden harvest, tending to the dogs, managing all our different business services, clients coming in and out, appointments, throughout the day. So lots of stuff are going on, content creation, all kinds of stuff is going on every single day. And media appearances, interviews, all of that. And so that's why my phone's turned off almost all the time. You're really just better off to text me, leave it, or if you're going to call, you're going to know that you're going to leave a voicemail. And so my family is now, I guess, trained, they understand that from my lifestyle and where I'm coming through, phoning is just not really going to happen unless we've prearranged. Hey, what you doing on Saturday afternoon at 2 o'clock? Is that a good time for me to call? That type of thing. I know you're going to call and we've agreed to have that phone call conversation, but otherwise, the phone is really not where I'm at. Uh, if I'm not busy doing something like where I'm involved, my phone's turned off, volume's off, alerts are off, all that because I'm in the middle of an interview or I'm doing an appointment or I'm expecting someone to drop by or many other activities like that, or I'm creating content like this. Um, so that's probably going on. But if that isn't going on and I haven't answered, it's because I'm concentrating on something else. I'm creating content in another way. I'm writing blogs, I'm writing articles, I'm working on our manuscripts, I'm doing book marketing, I'm sending out queries, I'm answering emails. I get like 100 emails a day sometimes. Some of them are considered junk, but I still get, that much or more a day that I have to go through and answer and respond to, or at least scan through to see what's going on and make a record of those communications, all that kind of stuff, all that's going on. And I don't want to be interrupted. I don't want to have this constant bing, bing, bing. I don't want the phone ringing. I'm concentrating on these things. If I'm not doing that, then I'm zoning out. I'm listening to audiobooks that are taking me away from the world, or I'm studying an e-course or something. Or I'm just taking a break mentally and I'm doing some meditative garden work or something like that. Last thing I want is my phone to go off and interrupt those times. So that's kind of like my personality and my lifestyle. It doesn't mean I'm not checking my messages. I'm checking them regularly throughout the day. And if I see someone's messaged, I'm going to listen to it and I'll make a note to respond, in my schedule when it's the right time to do so. So, it's not like I'm ignoring and I'm not communicating, but it's just the phone part is just not for me. Yeah, so that's how we keep in contact. And other members of the family are very much phone orientated. I know my one of my brothers and one my aunt is very much they like talking on the phone and don't like doing the other things. And so in some ways it can be a conflict with keeping up with communications with them because of our conflicting personality styles and lifestyles, but we do the best that we can and we do keep in contact. And I do send, of course, the Christmas letters out and stuff like that. So even if we haven't communicated in some time, there's those seasonal things going on. So, we do keep in contact, which is really neat when you consider that we didn't really know each other very much for most of our lives. It's only been kind of a recent thing. I would say really the last, you know, 30 years of my 55, 54 years on the planet. So, um, a little more than half of my life, we've actually been communicating, and much of that was very tentative at first, and now, it's more comfortable. So it's interesting how that changed and evolved with our family. Kind of a broken family dynamic, right? For those of you who don't know, it was a broken family dynamic. We didn't know a lot of the family members, and if we did know them and we didn't know them well, it was very distant and rare that we would communicate or see them or hear of them or anything like that. So, um, yeah, so that's how it kind of was just growing up, and it changed as we grew into adults, which is interesting. Thank you for that question, Nina. I appreciate that.